Hello, hello, and welcome back for another Empowerment Exchange. Today, we are going to talk about limiting beliefs in business, and I'm going to share some breakthrough strategies with you that I use in my own life when I run up against a limiting belief as a business owner. Some of these now may actually kind of coincide with some limiting beliefs that we just have in life in general, but I want to talk about one specifically to your business. So, if you're a business owner, or even if you're someone that works in corporate America but has to struggle with some things in business, please tune in. This is something that maybe you can learn a couple strategies around that will help you improve whatever it is that you are doing in your work life at this point. The first one that I want to touch on is limiting belief is I don't have enough experience or knowledge. How many of you who are listening have ever felt that way? I know that I have. And one of the things, as far as one of the breakthrough strategies that you can do, is just, you know what? Further educate yourself. If you feel that you are lacking in a skill or in something in your business, and you feel as though you need to learn more, be better equipped, look at different educational things and training things that you can do. Invest in courses, invest in workshops and seminars that are relevant to your business. There are a lot of great online platforms like Udemy, if I said that right. There's LinkedIn Learning. They offer different extensive courses and resources, and things like Thinkific and Kartra. There are a bunch of different places that you can find specific, very specialized information in a space that you may want to feel better equipped in. And then also look for somebody to mentor you, look for somebody to coach you or come alongside of you and really help you feel more equipped to tackle whatever it is that you're trying to tackle in your business life. They can provide you with guidance and support and insights from their own journey. Some of my coaching clients are business owners, are very high level in their companies, and I'm able to come alongside them and say, hey, listen, I had this happen to me. I've actually dealt with this myself. This is what worked for me. So when you work with somebody or you find a mentor or a coach that can kind of help you in that space, it's very beneficial. And then networking. Join professional groups and associations where you can learn from your peers and other industry leaders and thought leaders. In the financial world, where I spent 20 some years of my career, for some reason, it was like I was always open. I was a sponge to learn about different strategies and products and different things that I could do for my clients. But there was hesitation from a lot of colleagues because they didn't want it to be like, well, I can't network with this person because they do the exact same thing that I do. So why would I go and do that? Because I want clients to work with me, not them. People buy you. And there are enough people in this world for all of us to help and to service and to be there for. Don't live in that scarcity. Realize that there is enough for everybody else. So find places that you can network. So if you don't feel like you have enough experience or knowledge, look for different things that you can do to further your education and training. Find somebody to work with as far as a mentor or a coach, and just network. Learn from other people. Iron sharpens iron. Go out there and I do a lot of stuff with Tony Robbins. I do a lot of stuff with Lisa Nichols. There are a lot of different mentors and people that I have looked up to my entire life. And every time they bring out something new, guess who puts their hands up for it and wants to go and learn? Okay. I think the more that you can be open to learning all the time just does wonders in your life and in your business. Next one is the fear of failure. This is one that I think just in general, we all struggle with or have struggled with at some point in our lives. I have struggled with it a lot, especially as a business owner, because when you're a business owner, you don't get a paycheck, right? So if you're not out there up doing your job, hustling, servicing your clients, you only have yourself to blame. So that fear of failure comes in a lot to play in my life, making sure that I have things in place and that I'm doing what I need to do. And I'm learning from a mistake I might make, or I'm learning from a lull in my business and figuring out how do I handle that. And so making sure that you're breaking through that limiting belief of the fear of failure. So let me give you a little bit of a breakthrough strategy for that. Reframe the failure. Reframe whatever it is that you think is going to happen. View failures as learning opportunities rather than setbacks. If you're going to fail forward. Okay. Let it move you closer to where you're trying to be. Don't fail and go backwards and then start pulling stuff out of your past that you're worried about, and fail forward. learn from everything that you've gone through, what you feel as though you've failed in, because we grow through what we go through. And understand how you relate to risk. Look at your risk management, develop a solid business plan that includes how do you mitigate certain things that you're worried about. And then find a support network. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family and peers who encourage you to continue to press on, who can help you build yourself up when you feel like, hey, you know what? I can't do this. I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake. I'm afraid I'm going to position myself wrong, or my marketing's not going to work. Surround yourself with the people that can kind of reaffirm you're going in the right direction. You're doing great. It's always important to have a very strong support system. So, fear of failure, reframe what that failure looks like, test where your risk is. And because we know that a lot of people that have that fear of failure in business are really worried about them not being able to do what they've wanted to do, but also have a financial and personal loss. So understand how you feel about risk in general. In finance, in my finance world, that was one of the things I did with clients all the time. How do you feel if your money drops 20%, or if you lose $10,000, or, so you have to pressure check that. You have to do that in your business as well. Impostor syndrome. The limiting belief here is that you're feeling like a fraud, or you're believing that success is undeserved. I can tell you almost every single woman that I work with has suffered from or is currently suffering from imposter syndrome. I think we've all been there. I think women more than anything, because we're really, really hard on ourselves. We have this fear and this limiting belief around imposter syndrome. So I want to share with you some strategies you can use around that. Acknowledge your achievements. We have all gone through things in life that we have accomplished. I was working with a woman recently and she says, Jennifer, I haven't done anything. I'm like, really? Do you have kids? Oh yeah, I have 3 children in my world. I'm like, guess what? You brought children into this world. You're taking care of children. You are there to help them and support them and be the taxi driver and the cook and the nurse and whatever it is. You have accomplished so much being a mother and bringing life into this world. So don't tell me that you don't have anything that you're proud of and that you haven't accomplished anything. Well, then she went on to tell me that she spoke multiple languages and that she did have accomplishments. She had just not looked at them as things that she did in her life that made a difference. So we had to reframe all of that. And she had to rewrite that belief because she had accomplished a lot. So acknowledge your achievements. I have my clients write it down, put it on Post-its, put it in their phone. So if they're feeling down a specific day, or if they've gone up against something that just hasn't turned out right for them, I'm like, pull out your list. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you've done. It's so important. So make sure that you're regularly reviewing and recognizing all that you've done, all that you have already done in your life, and use affirmations to reinforce your self-worth and your capabilities. I use affirmations every day. I'm actually going to record a video, which is really cute because I have 2 dogs and I do nightly affirmations with my dogs. And I know y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but they actually wait for it. So my dogs will get on the bed and I'll put my hands out on the bed and I'll say, come on, it's time for your affirmations. And they'll come scooching over and they lay their little head down and I tell them that they're my favorite dogs and how beautiful they are and how wonderful they are. Yes, I know. This is what happens when you happen to be the pet of an empowerment coach. Things like this happen. So I have to record a video of it because it is by far one of the cutest things that I've ever seen. But using affirmations rather than saying I can't do this or I'm not worthy of this, you have to reframe that and understand that you always start with the I can, I am, I will. You want to reaffirm that in a positive. Get it out, get the negative out of your space, of your running space in your head. Use the positives and look for professional help. Look for people outside of your normal support system with friends and family. Look for people like me. I'm a transformational empowerment and mindset coach. Okay. My job and what I love doing is coming alongside of you and encouraging you to realize that you do deserve it, that you are worthy of it. And I allow you to borrow my beliefs in you until you get confident enough to stand in your power. We do it together. So find somebody that can really help you dive into, where is this coming from? Why do I feel this way? It's really important to have the right people in your life. And then next one I want to talk about is work-life balance. Work-life balance is a very possible thing. And for a lot of people, they feel like, no, it's not. And my husband and I are very, very conscious of how much time we work and how much time we set aside for each other. So at the end of every day, we're off our computers, we're unplugged from what we do for a living, and we are sitting there and we're enjoying each other. We're holding hands on the couch, we're eating dinner, we're watching something we happen to be binging on Netflix or Hulu or something like that. But it's taken work, it's taken time, it's taken conversations and compromise, but we have a beautiful work-life balance, and it is possible. It's not impossible. So the limiting belief with that is believing that running a business will lead to neglecting your family and your personal life. That's not true. You have to be intentional. You have to set aside the time. Use your time management skills. Use tools and techniques that will help you manage your time effectively. Delegate. That's huge. That was difficult for me, was learning how to delegate things in my business. Delegate tasks to employees or outsource to maintain balance in your life, and set boundaries. Clearly define working hours and stick to them. I think this is probably the biggest tool or skill that it takes to developing a really good work-life balance, is making sure that you're setting boundaries. Nope, this is dinner time. I will have even had clients who have said to me, well, I tried to reach out to you. I'm like, well, yeah, it was 8:00 at night. I'm not going to answer my phone at 8:00 at night because that's my family's time. So I'm not going to do that. And you have to be respectful of that. You can reach me during work hours. You can send me an email. So now I've trained my clients to, hey, don't text me or call me after work hours. Please just send me an email. I will get to it as soon as my work schedule starts the next day. So making sure that you're setting boundaries around it. And the last one that I want to share with you, I could go on because I got a lot of them. But the last one that I want to share with you is, I don't deserve success. And the limiting belief in that is you feel unworthy of success and the rewards that it brings with it. And that is something that I struggled with for many, many years until I realized, you know what? Yeah, I do. If them, why not me? Why not now? And it's all in your mind. It's all in, why do you feel that way? Did somebody say something to you years ago? Did you have an ex-spouse, an ex-partner? Did you have a friend who just wasn't, aspiring to do much in their life, and they said to you that, well, you don't need to be that successful. You don't want to make money. You don't want to. Why are you thinking that way? There is something in there that is making you feel that way. And the limiting belief in all of that is, looking at maybe what you're doing, or maybe the level that you're getting closer to, and you don't want to make more money than your parents. You don't want to make more money than your spouse. You don't want to have money, and then now you're going to be able to afford things, and then you're not going to want to buy those things because you don't want anybody to think that you're better than them. You have to figure out what it is that is causing you to feel that way. And here's some things that I want to give you just as we wrap up today, is just spend some time in self-reflection. Engage in activities in your life that promote self-worth. Spend time in your thoughts, journal, put notes in your phone, and be really mindful of how you treat yourself. I want you to give yourself the same love, the same grace, and build up the same level of confidence that you would give to your best friend, you would give to your kids, you would give to your partner. Turn that internal. I want you to spend that much time spending in reflection of how awesome things are in your life and why you deserve these things. Journaling is very, very important and is very helpful. And then surround yourself with positivity. We talk about it a lot. Surround yourself with positive people, positive advocates who are going to continue to move you forward, who are going to be there to pick you up when you fall. Get away from the negative naysayers. Build a network that's supportive of encouraging individuals, fellow business owners, people that are in the trenches doing the same thing as you, and celebrate all your milestones. Regularly celebrate milestones in your business, no matter how small or large they are, and that will help you reinforce deserved success. So like I said, I could go on and on and on, and maybe at some point in time, I will come back on and tell you some more that we have in business. But you see where I'm going with that. I need you to make sure that you are spending time looking and working on your work-life balance, that you are spending time believing that you deserve success, that if you are worried about not being educated enough or not being competent enough, that you are expanding your knowledge base and, identifying and challenging limiting beliefs with very targeted strategies like some of the ones that I shared with you, you can overcome barriers and achieve greater success in your business and in your life. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to nurture. But as you're listening to this and we're talking about these limiting beliefs, if you want to connect with me and I can help you in that space, by all means, please reach out to me. Send me a direct message. I'm not going to give you any homework this week that you have to do. I'm not going to give you anything that you can download. I want you just to spend time thinking about what limiting beliefs do you have in your business. And then go beyond that and say, what limiting beliefs do I have in my life in general? I'm sure that there are a ton of them that you have, and I want you to list them out, and I want you to figure out how you can sit down and turn this belief from a negative into a positive and start diving into where did it come from to begin with. And if I can help you do that in any way, if we want to work through those beliefs together, please send me a message. You can email me, Jennifer@shirocoaching.com. If you're watching this on LinkedIn or you're watching it on Instagram or Facebook, just send me a message directly through the platform and I will get back in touch with you. But thank you again for joining me for another Empowerment Exchange. And I will be back to see you again next week.